All right. So we just got into a chat in Alliance. We've got some new players, younger players, what have you. In Whiteout Survival, player first player, yes, you have player first player, but it is primarily during events. They're called kill events, where you could go around and you can attack people's cities if you want to, or primarily we attack gathering spots. So this is a gathering spot. It's where you would gather resources. The reason primarily it's gathering spots is because when you get in a battle in Whiteout Survival, like any other war game, you lose troops. But Whiteout Survival is very different in that when you battle city to city, you actually lose the troops, like most games. But when you attack a gathering spot, or somebody puts troops in a tundra, just occupies the open space, you don't actually lose the troops. These troops, they get hurt. You heal them, cost you some resources, but you keep your troops. Now, why why is that important? Is what this guy was just asking. Um, Super cool kid, but why is it important? So I'm training troops right now. I still have a day, 1 day, 3 hours left on building these particular troops. You can see here I've only making 3,510 troops, and I used two different boosts for a presidential boost plus a position boost, I guess, and spent 3,000 gems by going here and going to growth and increasing training capacity. So boosted it up so I could get as many as possible, and I did that for an event that we have coming up where we needed troops. So 15 minutes after the event starts, I get 9,000 troops. It gives me a bunch of points, kind of free. Anyway, if you're going to attack in the game, especially player versus player, city to city, you want to make sure that you're getting resources back to repair or heal your troops. So I've got some troops here that are damaged just from farming, doing whatever. So we've got what, 14, 15 troops. It's going to cost me 3.6 thousand meat, 3.6 thousand wood, 153, I think it's iron, and 671 coal. That's just to heal these troops. So I hit heal, that material, that resources are gone. That's just from a couple of troops. Now, if you attack somebody's city with 100,000 troops, let's say you lose 10,000 of those troops, you have to rebuild them completely. You have to pay the full cost to rebuild them. Plus, you're going to lose, let's say, 30% of your forces to being injured. It's going to be awful damn expensive to try to keep playing the game on resources. So that's why there's not player versus player for the most part. That's primarily while you have the NAP, the non-aggressive pact between your top alliances on the servers. It's so that the big boys don't go around beating up the little guys to begin with, so that the state as a whole stays strong. Because remember, states compete against states. So while your enemy right now, essentially the other alliances, your components or your competitives, whatever, the people you're competing against are now every couple of months you all come back together and you fight against other states. So you don't want to go tearing up your state. All right, so there it is. That's why we don't really go player versus player. When you do go player versus player, make sure that it's a event where you're going to get points and resources and good stuff for. Play it so that you're not actually losing a whole bunch of troops. Be smart about it. You get to keep all your troops that you build. You keep your state strong. You keep your alliance strong, and everybody gets to continue to have fun and enjoy the game, regardless of how big they are. All right. Well, hope that helps.